All right, you're all on record. So, hello everybody. Welcome to the last call of the year. I am so excited to talk to you guys tonight because I just want to share some really cool thoughts and try to make this fun. Every year we do like a Christmas call. I don't feel very Christmassy. I look like Paul Bunyan apparently. It's a story for another day, but I am proud of Jackie Dugan for bringing it home with the onesie. She usually does stuff. If you're watching this call, prepare to be inspired and laugh a little bit. And then anybody on this call, do the same. We're going to talk a little bit about visions and stuff. I'm probably going to get real deep with you guys, but one of the reasons why I like to do this is because I'm so bad at planning parties. I just need to make somebody else do it. Maybe we could do something in January, but then there's Super Saturday. This year has been super freaking weird for me, so I haven't even gotten into Christmas until like this past week, which is a whole nother story. But I honestly just like getting everybody together so we can like talk, laugh, and reflect on the last year. I want to share something with you that I think is important for you guys all to hear. And then talk about like the next year or just the next 5 years, whatever it is. For me, I think this last year was pretty awesome because it made me level up my life in so many ways because I started hiring business coaches outside the Beachbody world. And it was really some tough pills to swallow because I really had to take a long, hard look at myself. And I think one of the things that I want to share with you guys first and foremost is that being a business owner is really, and a coach in general, is really about self-reflection. It really, really is, you guys. If you are not getting better, not even just every day, but like if you're looking back in the last month and you're like, I don't know what's changed, or in the last 2 months, or in the last 3 months, and you're not progressing in a way that you want to, I would just suggest that you kind of like self-reflect on that and look, maybe what could I have done differently? And I'm just talking about for the business. This could be, you're a full-time coach, you're a part-time coach, whatever. But actually I was just listening to a podcast from Dr. Vic. Hi, Sheila. Oh, I'm so excited you're here. And he was talking about self-reflection. And I'm like, I was just thinking the same thing. So it's a really cool podcast. If you have a chance, listen to it. It's not very long. He's the Mindful Experiment. It's a good one, but one of the things that I would say for me is like, I know that this year I didn't always show up in the way that I wanted to. And I didn't always show up in a way that I think was beneficial for you guys. And honestly, because I had so much work to do internally, so much. And obviously a lot of you know my situation. And I'm going through hell right now and back, and I'm coming through all that. But I just want to let you guys know that I talk to you guys all the time. All of you are reaching out to me, and I find that a lot of our conversations end up in the direction of you beating yourselves up. Like, well, I didn't do this, and I should have done that better. Even if it's like missing a post or you're falling short with some area of your life, I look at you guys like these beautiful rays of light. Like, it sounds really stupid, but I'm like, okay, I see this person and I'm like, they're amazing. They don't realize how amazing they are. And all they're doing is beating themselves up in my inbox. And in the meantime, what I see is a person who just moved her family across the country by herself. A person who just lost a child. A person who, helped another individual create finances to put food on the table for somebody else. And I don't think you guys realize how impactful what we do is. So I see and it's not that I don't beat myself up, don't get me wrong. So I see you guys as like, probably the way that you look at me, you're like, oh my God, Carly's this. Oh, what is she doing with social media now? Who cares? We live in a world of comparison, and you guys maybe see me as like, well, Carly's going to do it. She's going to figure it out. But I see you guys the same way. Yet you're not there yet. You're not there in the sense where I hope I'm making sense. I just want you guys to really think about how you speak to yourselves. I used to say this all the time. Treat yourself like you would treat your best friend. If you wouldn't say to your best friend, oh my God, really? You didn't do that again today? Or, oh my God, you didn't do your workout? Can you get your shit together and actually meal prep? Why can't you just run a challenge group by yourself? What's your best friend gonna do? She's gonna be like, dude, bye. Like, I'm done with you. Because it's truly how you speak to yourself is what you attract into your life. Whatever, it's the law of attraction. I've been obviously learning so much about this, and I couldn't believe it to be more true. I couldn't tell you enough about how hard it is to actually, do you guys hear that? Here, I think I just woke up my kid. Sorry. Yeah, she's yelling my name. I'm sorry. But my point is, I just really want you guys to know that I see all of you as such strong people. I was writing this morning in my journal, so I get up now like 4:30, 5 o'clock. Who am I? I don't know. Jackie Dugan, maybe? Jen? All you people trying to be like you. And I get up, but I don't pick up my phone. I get up. I don't hit the snooze button. I do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 because I read Mel Robbins this year. I meditate for 30 minutes every single day. It has helped me tremendously from a health standpoint up here. I highly recommend all of you start doing it. If it scares you, it's okay. It scared me too. Didn't know how to do it. And then I do yoga. That's what I do every day. Because I know that I can't be a mom to Ava if I'm not taking care of myself. I know that I can't be a good coach to you guys. I can't be there for my customers. I can't be there for my family. And I was constantly irritable and snapping and going through life myself. And I know we always say, fill your cup so you can pour it into others. But I'm talking like fill your cup until it's overflowing, you guys. That's what I learned this year because I wasn't doing that. And I know that it's easier said than done. Do you think I like getting up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning? No, I hate it. I hate it. I could sleep till when my daughter wakes up at 7:38. But I know that what's good for me and showing up in the best version of myself is going to be what's going to work for other people. And it's not that I'm trying to say get away from the Beachbody thing and wake up and work out. But the one thing I can tell you is that meditation has helped me with is it brought me back my creativity, brought me back to who I am as a person. It brought me back to being myself again. So working out is a necessity. I mean, exercise is just, it is what it is. You got to move your body. But if something's not clicking with you and you can't figure out what your vision is and you don't know what you want in your life, you're like kind of half and forth. You're like, I love coaching, but I can't figure out why my team doesn't want to work. I love coaching, but I still love my job. I love my husband, but I kind of hate him. I love my boyfriend, but he drives me, I can't stand my parents. Anything that is going on in your life that's causing conflict or disarray or not balanced is because you're not getting to know yourself. You're go, go, go. You're busy, 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 and you're not taking care of what's upstairs. And it's like the most simple concept, the best therapy out there, Katie would know, is breathing. It's free. If you have anxiety or you're stuck and you're just overwhelmed throughout the day, like I was just complaining about how my daughter didn't take a nap, dude, all you have to do is square breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out for 4. Do it 4 times in a row. I guarantee you your brain is going to switch. You're putting oxygen inside your body and your mindset is going to completely change. It's going to completely change, okay? So anyways, these are just some quick tips that I'm learning. A lot of this I learned from hearing it 1,000 times and then for some reason going into a coach training and being like, oh, yeah, I should do that. Because another thing I want to share with you guys is if you're struggling with whatever you are, sometimes it just takes 6 or 7 times to hear. So my biggest piece of advice for you is if you're frustrated with where you're at, you don't think you're further along than you should be, I'm telling you right now with my whole heart that you are right where you're supposed to be. And as long as you can accept that and know that you are supposed to be here on this call with me, watching it, listening to it, and you're supposed to be learning and taking in whatever I'm saying or going through whatever you're going through, this is why you're here. It's because you're about to catapult into something else. But you have to trust that there's a plan for you. And then just do the work. So with that being said, I have completely switched my mind about a lot of things as far as like goals versus visions, because I think we always did both. Like, do you guys remember that? Like, we used to talk about visions, and then it was like, okay, well, let's set a goal. And I just want to make sure you guys know that I'm not against goals by any means. I just think that visualizing and having a vision for something is more of like a top line, never go away kind of thing. And it also creates less frustration, because all of these, every person on this call I know are so competitive. You guys are badass women who just want to strive for something. But I also see, and I've experienced this myself, that you get frustrated when you don't hit your goal. So if you have a bigger vision and you can say, I'm going to go after this vision no matter what, no matter how long it takes me, you're more likely to keep going versus falling flat on your face and taking a month or two or even a year to get back on. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's just like, all right, let's just relook at this. And then maybe we set short-term goals or whatever. I'm not saying that we don't do that. It's just maybe this is better. So this is what I came up with this year. I wanted to share mine. And then if anybody else wants to share it, I think that would be awesome. Does anybody want to do that? And then I promise we'll have some fun after I just got off my soapbox. But I have, my vision is, I'm sorry, I should have it pulled up, is around my career. So one of the things that we've learned lately is to have different visions. It doesn't have to be set in stone, but the big ones are going to be like a vision for your family, a vision for your career, your business, a vision for your physical appearance, a vision for how you are upstairs mentally, a vision for, there's 7 of them, spiritually, emotionally, whatever. So you can break it down, and you want to picture it like this. Your big vision is a tree, right? So you have like 6 trees. You have one for your family, one for your career. Let's just talk about those 2. So you have one big vision. And then you're going to have a bunch of smaller visions. So that trunk of the tree is going to be your big vision. And then the branches coming off are going to be all your little ones. Like, this is going to happen. So I'm going to share with you an example, and you're not wrong if you didn't come up with the tree, because I'm just telling you this right now. Some of you may have heard this before because I've probably talked about it or tried to explain it to somebody else. But if you haven't, that's okay. So I am gonna, does anyone brave enough to, while I'm pulling mine up, does anyone want to share theirs? Or like what you have so far? Because I think it's like a really good discussion. That way you won't hear mine and be like, oh God, mine's not good. Anybody want to share? No? Who has it written out at least? Or anybody? Jackie, you do? Jackie, you're going to share that vision, boo?
I mean, I never went back in and like redefined it more after talking about it in our Dr. Vic group. But my biggest thing was that, you know, I just wanted to be in a place with my coaching business where I can do teaching nursing students on the side. I don't have to work my 9 to 5 anymore. I can, you know, my daughter just had surgery. I don't have to worry about PTO and when I have to go back to work and who's going to watch her if she doesn't feel good and blah, blah, blah. And just, you know, being in a place where I can start like meditation in the morning. I do want to incorporate that. I haven't started that yet because I know I need that for my mindset. And then another big part of mine was just with Ryan. Like, I want to leave a legacy behind where I know he's going to be well taken care of. Well, not, you know, Ellie too, but more so worried about Rye, you know, with his special needs. Yeah, I mean, I'd have to sit down and think more about it. And I don't have it in front of me, but those are my big visions.
Love it. Kids get you, man. It's like, what are we going to do? We ain't going to be around forever.
No.
It's like that in itself is enough motivation. I love it. And even if you don't have kids, I feel like there's a lot of things, like even just leaving your family behind. So I love that you said the legacy thing. I can so relate to that. Anybody else want to share theirs? You guys, the more you say it out loud, the more you're going to inspire somebody else, and the more likely it can come true because you're just putting it out in the universe. So don't feel like you're wrong or that there's anything wrong with what you're saying. It's just going to almost like make it more real if you share it.
Hey, you guys, I just unmuted myself.
Hi, Sheila.
Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you for letting me be part of this team tonight. You are just amazing, Carly, and I just love everything about you. So when I saw it just popped up on my notifications and I saw this team call, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be there, but I'm going to be there. And I'm sorry for I'm not really part of this team, but I am, but whatever. So thank you for letting me be here. And so my vision from being on that Goal Getters end of year call, we picked a word that we wanted to breathe, and mine was faith. But even more than that, there was a moment someone said to just share your heart. And it was even if it was titled sharing my heart, and then you just that was the beginning line, and maybe once a week you did that. And I think that is huge with this business, is that we can't share with the products. We can't share with our team necessarily because they can't relate to that from the bat. We just have to share from our heart and share from what we're feeling and how this has changed us. And then that will get people to attract to us, So I think that's just what I'm going to focus on, is that just really sharing from the heart and what is speaking to me, and just wherever it goes, it goes. I'm just going to put it in God's hands and just freaking let it go, because I can't force anything to happen. It's just going to happen when it's supposed to. So, sorry.
Love it. No, please don't be sorry. I actually saw you talking about this on your stories one day. You're like, I'm just going to give it to him and walk away. And even if you're not religious, it's whatever you believe in. I feel like everybody here is.
Right. And it doesn't hit everyone.
Just I really loved that. I didn't comment on it because of course I had a toddler.
It's okay.
But it's I love that. And you're so right. And what's funny is that you just reminded me of something. I was talking to Lindsay Gray about something last week, and I brought up that I joined Beachbody because, and I even talked about this on that podcast I spoke on, because I felt like I was finally in a place where I didn't feel judged by others, and that I felt like I was part of something that helped women. And I never felt that before. I know that sounds really basic, but and I hope you guys don't ever feel this way. I would like to say our team culture is pretty stellar as far as we don't come in with any judging pants on, but you guys, there are people out there that wish that they had that type of thing, just that in their life. Like Sheila was saying, just sharing your heart. Sometimes we get so caught up in the verbiage and what we're sharing, T20 in the last call we had. I think I said I'm not even leading with Sean T. I haven't even really mentioned him on social media, talk about him on one-on-one conversations, but I decided to lead more with myself. And that took me a while to get there. But to Sheila's point, they're buying into us. They're spending money to join us. They can join Beachbody by picking up a phone and signing in on the internet. So the more you can get deep with what you want and that legacy that you feel, that's what's going to come through when you're posting and when you're talking in person and stuff like that. So I love that you brought that up, Sheila. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to get all feelings. I know I'm all feelings, but it's becoming more clear to me now that like the more robotic I am, the more frustrated I am. Like if somebody gives me a list and they're like, here's what you do, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. I'm like, great, I know exactly what to do. But then I'm also pissed off because I'm like, well, what if 2 didn't go right after 3? Or what if 3 became before 2? And then I'm missing the whole point. All I'm trying to do is help someone change their life. And sometimes there's no blueprint for that other than just being real with yourself and connecting with that person. Like you are sent to them as a gift. Like you are their biggest proponent and friend and cheerleader. And God was like, here's your girl. I need you to help her. Because that's when you get the lifers. That's when you get the people who will never stop promoting your business because they're falling in love with you. Who cares about the freaking stories and what it looks like? Who cares? Don't worry about how pretty your group is or your graphics are. What's going on in here? And what can you help change someone's life? Seriously. And if that's hard for you, I get it. You don't have time for that. That's just because you're not spending enough time on yourself. Because you feel like you give. You're working from an empty cup. And that's where the self-reflection comes in on how to take care of yourself first so you can be a better coach for others. So when I pull away, that means I'm like going through some shit and I need to take care of myself. And it has nothing to do with the fact that I'm not wanting to show up for the team. I just know that I won't be good if I don't take care of myself. So you kind of have to be selfish a little, you know? Okay, sorry. Anybody else want to share their vision? No? Would you like to hear mine? Would that help you guys? Let's see. I'll share the one. Yeah, would that help you guys? All right. So here's a really cool one too. Dr. Vic shared this vision of Walt Disney. I thought this was really cool. You guys know Walt Disney. Like you think of it and it makes you happy, right? I'm not like a huge Disney person, but that guy knew what he was doing. Okay, at the grand opening of Disneyland on July 17th, 1955, which is also my birthday, but I'm not that old, Disney stated to his speech, this is like his vision, to all who come to this happy place, welcome. Disneyland is your land. Here age relives fond memories of the past, and here tough may savor the challenge and promise the future. Disneyland is dedicated to the ideals, the dreams, and the hard facts that have created America, with the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to the world. So it's interesting, right? Like, damn, that's good. So it's this big vision. It doesn't say like, I'm going to create Epcot Center. I'm going to open up various hotels. My point is, sometimes we think our vision is the details underneath. Like if you guys look at my Instagram one-liner, I say, help others feel fulfilled in their own lives. I don't do that for curiosity marketing. It's because I do that. But it took me a long time to like figure out how to say that. Like really, what do? I help people get their workouts done, talk to themselves better, maybe create an income for themselves, and like help them meal plan. That helps somebody in so many ways of their life where it just like puts less stress because they're moving their body, they're eating better, they're feeling more fulfilled, even if it's just in little ways. So if you can look at the bigger tree trunk picture versus the branches, you're going to keep going after that every day. And you look at it every single day. My advice, if you don't like think about this often, just start writing stuff down. Right after I meditate every day, I journal. So just journal whatever my thoughts are. Sometimes, you guys, it's about like me buying shoelaces for Ava. Sometimes it's really profound. And I'm like, oh, I need to share that with my team. It doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong way to do it. As long as you're getting your thoughts out there and then later you can look back and be like, oh, that's what I want. Maybe that's where you need to be. And, you know, it's hard right now because your brain is racing on Christmas and you're like, I have the holidays and I have to cook and I have to clean and I have to wrap presents. Well, sometimes you just got to slow down too and remember what it's all about. Journaling, gratitude. You cannot be in a state of fear, panic, anxiety if you're in a state of gratitude. Your brain literally cannot do two things at once. If you're in a state of gratitude, even if it's for the beer that you're drinking, you're going to be in a better place. So my point is, with your vision, it's going to be very top line, like all these buckets and they're one bucket. Does that make sense? I just want you to start thinking about it if you haven't, and if you're scared to share yours, don't worry about it right now. It's all good. But I'm going to type mine and share it, and then you guys can later. Jackie, did you send me something? Oh, you sent me a photo? Oh, thanks, babe. You're the best. Oh my God, you're such a dick. Look at this, you guys. It's Paul Bunyan. That's what I look like.
But the much sexier version.
Thank you. I do. I would look good with a beard. Super funny. Okay. All right. So, the only other thing I would ask you guys to do, and just send me like a message or your coach a message. Amen. Like seriously think about like 5 things you did this year that are really fucking awesome in your business. Because so many of us are just, okay, great, I got that done. Let's move on to the next thing. And there's not a whole lot of celebration. And maybe that's my fault for not celebrating with you enough or whatever, but maybe you need to figure out a way to get yourself satisfied in that aspect also. So list out 5 things and I'll write them. I'll share my vision and I'll share my 5 things. And let's just go into the new year doing that. I also would like to do a vision board planning sesh. Does anybody want to do that? With reverse engineering. That's a vision reverse engineered. So my goal next year is to make $150,000. I have literally broken that down to how much money I need to make in a day. Have you guys ever done anything like that? No. It's awesome. You're like, oh, okay, that's scary. But you have a plan. And then it's more likely to happen because once you get a vision down and you can break it into smaller chunks, how much you need to know to make a month, how much you need to make a week, how much you need to make in a day, you're more likely to pick up your phone and not be so all up in your feelings. Like, I don't feel good. I don't feel like talking to anybody. That ain't paying the bills, y'all. You know, it's not reaching you towards your legacy. It's not reaching you towards helping others and feeling more fulfilled or whatever. So that would be a really good one, and just focusing on that. I was also thinking about inviting challengers, but I don't know. Should we do that? Do you think people could benefit from it? It would have to be very top line. Like, we couldn't just do a coach call. Or do we do something separate for challengers? Maybe think about that. Because the stuff that we do as coaches is so valuable, but sometimes I'm like, man, it would really help if Sally heard this, because she's going through some SHIT right now and she could, I don't know. So if you guys think of stuff like that, don't be shy. Don't be afraid to jump in there and be like, let's do this for challengers. Okay. So the other thing I was going to have you guys do is, this is where we're going to have some fun. I want everybody to share one of their most embarrassing moments that's not going to gross everybody out. But in a good way. Or if you don't feel like doing it to yourself, do it like a best friend story. Okay? Because I just want you guys to like have fun, chill out, like not feel so heavy, especially when it comes to this whole vision thing. Just know that it's something that's going to help you, propel you into what you're going to do for the next year. And we'll put a vision board on them. So who wants to go first?
I'll go, because it happened last week. So,
oh my God, I can't wait.
Hi guys. All right, so last week we had Patrick's work Christmas party at the Halikoa, which is a hotel in Waikiki, and he's deployed. But I was like, I'm getting a babysitter. I'm going because my kids are insane. So there's like a DJ, and it was the whole squadron, so enlisted and spouses and officers and spouses, and they're like, okay, let's have a dance off. So like whatever guys want to come up here and have a dance off. So the guys went up there, had a dance contest. We all clapped, found a winner. Good. They're like, now let's get the ladies up here. And we're like, this is a terrible idea. This is a terrible idea, because the best part of these events are watching all of these young wives in very scantily clad dresses parade around the event. So, I mean, that's why I go, because it's just really entertaining. So like 15 of them walk up there, and I was like, this is a terrible idea. And immediately the CEO of the squadron's like, nope. So he runs up there, and it turns into a best dressed contest. So there's no like twerking in mini skirts on the stage. So long story short, it's like a best dressed, but they're all parading around and still doing a little twerking. And I'm standing next to my friend Jessica, and I'm like, and they're like about to be like, all right, guys, let's clap for the winner. And I was like, let's be honest. The winner is going to be the person who, for like, whoever's cooch ends up falling out of their dress. Like saying it to my friend Jessica, not realizing that the girl's husband was standing to my left. So that was really awesome.
Wait, so we heard, did he say something?
You busted up.
Oh my God, that's awkward.
Yeah, it was something along the lines of, well, you know that girl's going to win because her cooch is falling out of her dress. Or something along those lines. So
Did she win?
She did.
Oh my God.
Props to me for calling the winner. He thought it was hilarious. And I was like, I just mean, I wish I could pull that dress off. And I like ran away in order to retire.
Were you like, I need my husband back?
This is why I cannot go unsupervised to events. That was supposed to be a private conversation. He thought it was hilarious. And I'm like, hopefully I'll never see that guy again. Right.
I love it.
I'm muting myself.
You're good. You're good peeps, Linz. I love that you shared that. That does suck. Anybody else have anything? No? All right, should I say talent then? What's your hidden talent? I mean, I'll share an embarrassing story all day. I don't think kids should hear it though. I'm just being honest. Ask my mom how her Mother's Day was, I don't know, 5 years ago. We'll save that for some earmuffs, some beers around the table. Somebody remember this and remind me to tell you. It's pretty embarrassing. And it involved me going to an urgent care and meeting a really hot doctor. It was crazy. Anyways, hidden talent. Well, that's a good one. We've done this before though. Who has a hidden talent they want to share? No? How many people can sing on this call? Katie Wells, don't lie. Just joking.
Well, Ben and I think that we can sing, but we definitely cannot sing. But
you guys are quite the duo.
We'll have a little rap battle every now and again, but
okay.
Not real talented on the vocals.
I don't know. I beg to differ. We'll see what happens in Indy.
Yeah.
Love it.
Now, he would say that he's, like, extremely talented because he is, like, nobody loves Ben like Ben loves Ben, so.
Oh, God. You guys, Katie was making me laugh so hard. We were out one night, and she's like, Carly, he's friends with every single one of our neighbors. Like, he never stops talking to. Katie's very, like, kind of to herself, and I guess, you know how your spouse is usually completely different than you? Ben is friends with all the neighbors, right? He's just, and you're like, dude, leave these people alone.
I'm like, sometimes people just want to go to work and do their thing and come home and go in their house. You don't have to stop them on the sidewalk and carry on a conversation with them. Not everyone wants that. But he thinks that everyone really does want that. So
that's how I am.
I try to save them, but I can't sometimes.
Can't control that stuff. That's awesome. I like Ben. I do the same thing. So
Yeah, the people you were talking about, the people like that are your neighbors, like you carry on convos with them daily.
they're like my good friends. We're best buddies. I think that they're like part of my family. I'm sure they think I'm annoying, but whatever. It's fun. Maybe you need your neighbors someday. That's why I was on Team Ben. Who else is friends with their neighbors? Do you guys talk to them a lot? No. Yeah. Kind of fun, right?
Okay, I have to share a story since you're talking about neighbors. Hold on, I'm gonna go get something.
Are you making sure your windows are shut or something? Oh, they don't hear you.
Okay, so we have neighbors that they live in our house, and their house was originally built by a brother and sister. So our houses match each other. They're just like mirror images, whatever. So like we have like a shared fence with like an actual gate in our backyard that we can go between yards or whatever. Our neighbor gave us a Christmas card this year. And they're like laughing when they gave it to my husband. This is my neighbors in my fucking swimming pool with Santa hats on. And they took this while we were away for the weekend, and they were watching our dogs. And they saved it and like literally like watched us open it and laughed their asses off.
Wait, that's hilarious. They were probably just like hanging out in your house like with Santa hats.
They're in my pool in a float with Santa hats on in the middle of summer.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
So
that's what we should do, is have a Christmas in July party in Missy's pool.
let's do it.
Oh my God, that's
We can invite my neighbors.
Did you notice it right away? Were you like, that's my pool? Or were you like, what am I looking at?
Yeah, we noticed it right away. They don't have a pool, so.
Oh my God. That's awesome.
Wait, was that what they did out to everyone, or just you guys? Did they make like a singular one?
No, this went out to everyone they know.
They're going to be like, they're going to get all sorts of phone calls. Like, where's your pool?
Yeah,
Never be like,
for everyone.
let's go next door.
Like, that's like a pretty epic practical joke. They saved it for like 6 months.
Oh, that's awesome. I like it. Is there a dog in there?
Well, the dog is just a side photo. They always include their dogs.
Oh, I thought the dog was in the pool too. That would have been good.
No, the float has some type of like deer head on the front of it.
Oh my God, that's really intense.
Yeah, they really went for it.
Aw, I like that.
Because that's my husband's fault. He sounds like your husband, Katie. He talks to everyone too much.
So cute. I love that. I think your husband and I would be friends. You know what the highlight of my year is? Turning on my Instagram stories and seeing a bounce house in Jackie Dugan's house. Seriously, that's my favorite thing. I actually sometimes skip your stories just to see if your kids are jumping in your bounce house.
Like multiple times a day, every day. Best investment ever. I'm just saying.
Smart. Like, you don't have to like clean as much in there.
No.
Do you ever take it down?
Oh yeah. Like right now I have it rolled up
Oh,
in the corner. And it takes like 2 seconds.
that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone else do this? She's the only smart one. You do? Did you get this idea from Missy?
No, I had one. I never thought to put it in my house. And then I saw hers and I was like, I'm going to try that. So, kids love it. And all the nieces love to come over to my house now too.
Oh, look at the cool aunt. Look at this little hand, you guys. I can't. Jenna, she's so cute. Wait, wave again. Oh my God, that wrist. I'm going to eat that little chunky wrist. It's like baby problems. I almost stole someone's kid today. It's like, wow, I need to get my life together here. That was embarrassing. Oh my God, look at how cute. Who else has a weird story?
I feel like I have 1,000 and I can't think of anything right now.
I put you on the spot. It's okay. It's all good. I didn't have you guys prepare that. You thought we were doing all business. Actually, it doesn't matter. It's like, I'm just glad you guys are hanging out. But I think we should steal the idea for the word, Sheila. I think we should do that. I really like that. Do you guys want to pick a word for the year? Amanda did this too, where she had everybody like message and pick a word for the year that was like something that you want to make your mission or that you strive for, right, Sheila? Like just like something that's going to be your power word.
Right, just something that like hits you, like that when you think about next year, like what is that one thing that just kind of pops into your head, like that you're like, yep, that's what I, you know, like I don't know if you guys saw Katie's post today. Hers was really good, like connection or what? Connections. Yeah, like that's what immediately popped into her head, you know, and you know, a couple of them were like manifest and fearless, and you know, I said mine was faith.
What's yours? Faith?
Yeah.
I like faith.
I've had this necklace that I got, I don't know, a few weeks ago, or months ago, but I don't know. It's just something that you just have to have faith, right? Gotta have faith. There's my hidden talent. Okay.
I love it. Well, I can twerk, apparently.
In a minivan.
Prove it. What were we even talking about?
I don't even remember.
You guys, last year, Amanda had us go to Girl in the Park, like that restaurant my best friend owns actually in Orland, and we were drinking, I remember, and there was a guy playing music, and you guys were trying to get me to go sing.
Yeah, probably. But I don't know how that has to do with minivans and twerking, but...
I mean, you guys know how it is. You have a couple drinks and people are just doing weird shit.
Yeah.
But it popped up in my timeline and her hashtags were like twerking minivan. I'm like, what happened last year? I wasn't. Where was it? So anyways, maybe twerk could be my. This is hard to think about though. I haven't thought about this. I do have some visions though. Like I'll share with you guys what mine are because I want you to know my, like even one for my family, like this is one for my family. To nurture our new normal and cultivate relationships in a positive light. My main vision is to be my daughter's biggest teacher and supporter. I like to help her gain experiences, let her light shine, but also keep her in routines that allow healthy eating, sleep, learning, and play. I want to find...
Girl, you do that. You're amazing.
I love you.
You are killing it.
But stuff like that's like my main vision though. You know, it's not like the details of like, I want Ava to be in this school. I want to have this much money for her. It's more like, how can I figure out exactly what I want to strive for and just make sure that my daily actions are kind of aligning with whatever I want her to experience. You know, and when I'm not doing that, but it's twofold. You know, your career vision is not going to be the same as your family. It will be intertwined, don't get me wrong, because your career affects your family and is a part of your how you live with your family because you have to schedule your time around your family and your work. But if you can really think about how you want to impact people as from a coaching standpoint, like if you just want to say like, I really want to change it could even be mine. Maybe it is like mine. Like you really want to help that girl who's like a single mom or the one that's depressed or wherever you were 2 years ago. And you put that into like a smaller phrase. That's your vision. And that's what you reach for every single day. Like my vision is terrifying next year because I told Jackie and Lindsay and Katie this because we were but I'm going to publish a book by December 4th, 2019. No idea what it's going to be about. Don't have anything written. But why couldn't I write a book? I also want to start a podcast now. Why couldn't I? Or just only special people have those privileges to do that? No, you guys. Like, all it takes is me. Trust me, it scares me. But I know that last year I didn't set any vision or goal that scared me a lot, other than just being like, I'm going to hit 5-star elite. But think about it. If I write a book, that means that I have to grow and I have to figure out a way to get a message out to people. And then I'm also sharing myself more with the world, so people are more likely to join my team. If I create a podcast, it's going to be around how to help entrepreneurs build actionable daily steps into their life to start a side hustle or to whatever. So that is also benefiting my team. And then if I have a training, be like, hey, listen to podcast number 12. You know what I'm saying? So whatever my vision, these little things under it, I still have a vision under my big vision to help 10 leaders hit diamond, to enroll a certain amount of coaches a month, to enroll a certain amount of challengers a month. But my big vision is still to help people feel more fulfilled. I hope this is making sense. I might be talking it to death. I just know that the first time for me writing a vision, I was like, couldn't think of it. It scared me, and I didn't know how to say it. I love it. Sorry, everyone, I have to jump off. It's cool. My husband is useless with the broken foot. Merry Christmas. We all been there. Right? No, not broken feet. We don't want anybody's feet broken. Okay. So my word is probably going to be, anybody got a word? Other than Sheila? My word should be terrified. I love it. Why is it all black like that? It looks
Yeah, Nora. Freaking crossed it out. Asshole.
Nora. No. Nora's 4, right?
Dude, she's 6. She's a jerk. I love her, but she's
6?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know, she's little.
Wait, that's weird.
She acts like a 2-year-old, so I could see why you think she's 4. But anyway.
Oh my God. No, she's so small too. All right, I got my word. Who else on this call wants to be financially free? Anybody? Freedom? Holy cow. That should be your top vision for finances. That's a vision right there, just saying I want financial freedom. Oh, I don't have enough paper. I'm making my word too big. Okay. That's my word. Freedom. And I'll tell you why. Mine is going to be freedom because this is financial freedom would be ideal. And when I say financial freedom, for those of you that don't know, I just mean like I want to be able to like not have to worry about spending a certain amount of money. How annoying is that? At a certain time, at a certain point in my life, not have to feel, I don't know, also freedom from like distractions of my life and my time and my mental state. Like sometimes I get really in my head and I'm like, I would like to have a little bit of freedom from beating myself up or so overall. And then just freedom to create my schedules, continue to, I don't take that for granted that I can do that. So this is going to be my word. And it's kind of scary. I'm like, how am I going to manage to do that every day? Well, I better figure it out. Or create action steps to get there. Anybody else?
So mine's not one word, mine's 2. Beyond potential. That's like our phrase everywhere this year is beyond potential, like living my life beyond potential, helping others live their life beyond potential. Because in like my students, we always are like, oh, strive for your potential, but you actually want to go beyond your potential. So that's like our vision for everything this year. And it's just resonated with even this business. It's like you have the potential to go so far, but you want to go beyond that. So that's my word of the year.
I love it. Jen, that's good.
And just helping people realize, like I told you yesterday, my coach, my volleyball coach, it was so ironic that he contacted me yesterday, and he was like, from 26 years ago, was like, always had it in you. You just had to believe it. And you tell me that all the time. But that's my like vision for people that I work with, you know, and talk to, is inside of you. So that's my focus this year. It's helping people realize.
Did you think of me right away?
Yes, it was scary.
I love that.
It was.
I struggle with that though too. Jen, that's such a cool story. Like, that had to feel good that he recognized that in you 26 years ago, and you're like,
It was just so random yesterday. It was just one of those random moments that showed up. Weird.
Now you're gonna do that for somebody else. Watch.
Yep.
I love it.
I told you, diamond by spring break. That's my goal.
Awesome. I dig it.
It's happening.
We got a couple other diamonds coming up here. I think Sheila's about to hit diamond. Katie Wells will. She's on the breaking point. I have Missy probably will. We got everybody. Jenna, are you ever thinking about diamond over there? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, so I think my word this year will be fearless, because I am a little shy. I don't really like to reach out to people. I feel like they'll come to me, but I know that's not the case. But my other word will be gratitude, because I have a really stressful job during the day. And I think coming home, talking to people, you get that instant gratitude. So that's mine.
Ooh, I love it. Yes. That's good. I like it. Sometimes people do come to you, just in your defense. But yeah, it doesn't happen as naturally as you want it to. You're always like, what, my post was awesome. Why is no one messaging me right now? I know I've been there. We all have. What about you, Katie? What about you, Jack? Missy, you got a word?
My word's going to be intentional.
Love it.
With my time, with what I'm striving for, with my vision, just with everything. I'm going to be more intentional this year.
That's good. I kind of want to steal that. That's really good. I love that. Ooh. That's like one of those words that's just like, oh, I need that too. Just with everything. Good word. Anybody
Okay, I
else?
have one. I'll go. You can't see mine. Strength. Just to be like all around strong, like same. I have like, have to work on being like more assertive when it comes to like sharing or reaching out on my own, and just be stronger emotionally, physically, all around. Strong in my business, all of the things.
We're pretty strong, but I love that word. That's a killer one, because it's like can hit every aspect too, like you said. Yes, you guys are good at this. Like, rethink my word. Anybody else? Lindsay? Yes. Sheila, I love this commentary. It makes me excited. Like, oh, she's excited with all these exclamation points.
Dude, I'm an exclamation. That's all I use. I don't even use periods ever.
I think that's like a Pearl thing.
Is it? I don't even know what I am. I don't know.
Yeah, you like exclamation. I like them too.
Yeah, I use them all the time in every conversation. Maybe it's wrong. I don't know. But whatever. But I love that strength. I kind of posted a post today, and it was about like in any situation, you have to live strong. Like you can either look at your situation in a depressed and a whatever bad point of view you see it as, or you have a choice to see it in that positive, strong way. And that resonates through our businesses too, completely. doesn't, because this is a situation. It's in any situation. You can look at it one way or another. And, just living strong mentally can change that immediately, So good word. Sorry. Okay, I'll shut up now.
No, I love it. And you're right too, because sometimes I was listening to something today, like a lot of us let our emotions get the best of us, like I was saying earlier. And it's not easy for women, but I think sometimes we're a little bit too forgiving of ourselves, like considering the stuff that we've all been through. If we focus on how we feel, we end up more frustrated. So to Sheila's point, what she's saying is like, if you can find a way to be strong through that, yeah, freak out, cry, whatever, get it out. But like, if you can figure out a way to be strong, you're going to end up less depressed, less anxiety, working through whatever emotion that you're going through. Nobody ever became anything they wanted to be by basing everything that they did off their feelings. Unfortunately, it's not how the world works. It's that strength. That's a good word. There's Rachel. Hi, Rachel. Rach face. I like that. Cool. Anybody, who are missing? Lindsay probably got one. Rachel wouldn't even have one. Katie, you got one?
Yeah, I'm like thinking about it. I guess like one for me would be that I really want to focus on, or the word I could come up with is limitless. I feel like I have a tendency to kind of put caps on, okay, well, it'd be great if I got this, or it'd be great if I hit this part, or it'd be great if I did. And it's instead of just, you get too comfortable setting those little goals. And before you know it, it's like, okay, those goals I've been hitting that goal for 3 months. I need to think bigger. I need to challenge myself more. So I'd probably either like limitless or challenge, just like continue to challenge myself more instead of, I tend to like acknowledge, okay, this was great. Then I get comfortable in that instead of, continuing to challenge myself in my business.
Love it. That self-reflection. She just like talked us through that. That was good, Katie. That's awesome. I like that a lot. I need to do that too. That's a really powerful word. And that's the craziest part is like everything you keep hearing, especially when every personal development book you read and stuff, like Katie, you can tell you've been doing your PD because it's like you're literally the only thing that stands in the way between you and whatever you want. Like you have limitless potential. Like I just said, who would have ever, 4 years ago, I would have never thought that I could start a podcast or write a book. But I know that the only reason why is because I was making up a story in my head that I couldn't do that. But why? I just met 4 people that have already done it. And I'm like, really? Oh, anybody on this call could do that. We just get inside of our own heads. It's the same thing with like talking about money. I don't know about you guys, but I was raised in a family where it was like, oh, only really wealthy people, they were either born into wealth or it's kind of icky to have a lot of money. They're snobby, they're this, they're that. What? Smack my parents upside the head. Like money creates opportunities for yourself and for other people. It's not everything, but it can help you change the direction of somebody else's life, of your own life. It can create less stress. It's just like so funny, the stories that we're told and our belief systems that are intact, which is why I think limitless is a good one, Katie, because it's like, really, put a cap on yourself because of whatever you believe in. Awesome. I know it's getting late. Anybody else have anything? No? You guys, this was good. It was fun. I know it's not like we can all dance around and whatever, but I just really appreciate you guys. You have no idea. I know I say this a lot in like posts and stuff, but you guys have no idea how important you are to me. And I don't know if I don't say it enough or whatever, but I just feel like this overwhelming sense of gratitude in my life. I don't know if it's lately or whatever, because I'm like, I just always wanted a crew of people. So if you want this, like I have a team or whatever, and you're growing your team, like all you have to do is just not lose sight of what you want. That's all your vision is. And I'm just so grateful that even though I'm not always the best performer, that you guys continue to show up for yourselves, because this is not about me. This team is not a me thing. It's a you thing, and it's everybody growing. And then whenever you feel like you're stuck, it's because you're growing. Whenever you feel like you're frustrated, you're not going anywhere, don't give up, because you're in a growth state. And as long as you can accept where you are and be like, okay, this is whatever, and this is what I'm striving for, and I'll get there when I need to get there, but I got to push myself a little, you're going to be so much happier. Comparing yourself to whoever else is not going to bring you any joy in your life. Trust me. So I just want to say I love you guys, and I'm so grateful for you. And I think this has been such an amazing year. I could write you all like a love letter of all the things I've seen you accomplish, but I'd rather have you do that for yourself. I'll tell you. But like really love yourself more. Take time for yourself more, and you're going to be able to show up better for people. That's my honest advice to you. And there are I would really recommend like you getting outside training. Like we're going to talk about a lot of things that are happening this coming year. Like we're going to do more our own, not that like we can't use the goal getters, but obviously we're at a point where we need to like do our own new coach training. I know a lot of you are sitting back in your seat all comfy and shit because you're not comfortable with how to train coaches. So that's either a me problem that I haven't put you in an uncomfortable situation where you need to do that, or it's a you problem that you haven't figured that out yet. It's just as simple as that. And it's not, neither way is right or wrong. But once you can figure out a way to be comfortable and how to train a coach, the only way it's going to happen is if you just do it. You're going to screw up. It's not going to look good. And we need to set some things in place for you guys to do that, because a lot of you have big dreams, have big goals, and I can tell it by your one-word pictures, but we got to make sure that we're doing the work behind it so you can actually get there, right? So why don't we do this? We should maybe take a picture with our word, and then if anybody has anything to share, I'd love to hear whatever, but we'll just peace out and say Merry Christmas and, you know, come up with the next call maybe. Does everybody want to hold their little thing up? I can't really see it. Okay. Is mine backwards?
It'll look backwards on yours, but it looks, you can read it on ours.
Okay.
So it'll show up in the picture.
You're right. How old am I? Should I know this stuff? Okay.
Oh, someone else asked that the other day too. I think it was
like,
Lindsay.
She's
like, wait, mine's backwards.
Okay. Oh, you know what? No. I'm not going to be able to do a screenshot because I won't be able to hold mine. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Jeez. Totally blocking mine, but that's okay. Doesn't matter. Guys, I love it. Some powerful shit right there. All right. You guys, thank you so much for all you do for everybody else, for yourself. I don't mean to say that you don't love yourself enough and that you don't take care of yourself, but obviously we're on a call with people who have some serious results in life. And I just hope that you're proud of yourself for being here and not giving up and continuing to end the year as a go-to source. Like, be that inspiration for people, even if it's just sharing about like, hey, you know, I think you need to love yourself more, girl, on your status. That's going to be a source of inspiration for somebody, because nobody else is saying that. Everyone else is bitching about how they don't have Scotch tape right now. So just be a positive light and people will come, right? Because I need to buy some of that. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for such an awesome call and an awesome year, and just being so open-hearted and understanding and patient. And you guys are just awesome. So I love you guys. Happy holidays. I love this baby on a call. We're going to have I'm going to eat your little cheeks up. I'm going to eat them. Jenna, I'm going to steal your baby. I'm going to eat her. Just kidding. Sounds super crazy when I say that. Okay. Anybody else have anything? No? Happy holidays.
Bye.
All right, y'all.
Yeah.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye, Lindsay. Sheila, thanks for jumping on. Bye, guys.